So as I said, I'm going to talk about Ner Tamid, about the eternal light that is supposed to burn continuously. There's a sentence, though, or actually even a phrase that I chanted from in the Torah that I kind of made me look a couple of times. So these were the words. It says that Aaron and Aaron's sons were charged with making sure the Ner Tamid, the menorah, was lit. And it says then from Erev ad Boker, right from the part that I chanted. And I kind of looked at it a couple times because Erev is evening and Boker is morning. And so if they're supposed to keep it lit from evening to morning, what about the rest of it? It's supposed to be Tamid, always. It just kind of threw me off a little bit. You'd think that the phrase would say that Aaron and his sons, as the priests, were charged with keeping that light going, 24/7. They wouldn't have used that phrase, but all the time, Tamid. But why was it emphasized Erev to Boker, from evening to morning, right? Here's my favorite commentary I found about why the phrase evening to morning. And believe me, there were a lot of commentaries about that one phrase that also stumped me. Here's the midrash that I found, which said Aaron and the sons of Aaron, the reason they were charged specifically with evening to morning lighting or making sure that the menorah was lit and burning was because they were needed to make sure that there was enough oil for the menorah to stay lit all night while everyone slept. This midrash to me emphasizes the importance of paying attention or special attention that's needed by somebody overnight while most people are asleep, as if there needed to be heightened assurance that God's consciousness, because that's what the light was supposed to represent, was the Shekhinah, the divine presence, was always. It was always there, even when we didn't see it, or we were away, or we were sleeping. That the eternal, the Tamid nature of the lamp was that it would always be lit, and so the emphasis on evening to morning was to make sure that God's consciousness or God consciousness was present when our souls were disengaged from our waking life. I think we all gravitate to parts of this, of whatever we read, based on a connection to our own sort of experience and our own sort of biases and passions. And I'm a night person. When I'm awake, extra special late, I really do feel what the Midrash says, which is a heightened sense of God's presence at a time when most people, certainly everyone in my house, is sleeping and I'm awake. It feels like I'm cheating time. Does that make sense? Like I'm up at a time where I shouldn't be, and therefore I've kind of somehow been able to harness time for myself that maybe if I was sleeping I wouldn't have been able to ever have. And so there's a sense, at least I get, and this doesn't happen all the time, but when I'm up very late, it feels like senses, although you would think I'd be tired, in fact, my senses are more attuned, and they're more open to wonder at even the little things of life, more amazed. Radical amazement is how Rabbi Heschel, I don't know if he was talking about 4 a.m, but that's kind of when I feel some radical amazement. And indeed, the Talmud describes a special Jewish prayer service that can occur only post-midnight. As that time, and this is how the Talmud explains why this service is there, that time is considered ripe for the arrival of the Messiah, is what it says in the Talmud. The service is called Tikkun, you know that word, Tikkun, Chatzot, the redemption of midnight. How midnight or post-midnight can be healing or redemptive for us or for the world. And there's a wonderful legend that goes along with this service, another midrash, about King David. And the midrash says that on certain nights, there would be a northerly breeze, and it would caress David's harp. And that would wake King David up so that he could spend hours post-midnight praying and studying and writing psalms. That's the midrash. And so my takeaway from all of this, from Erev ad Boker, from evening to morning, is that we should keep the flame burning from evening to morning. May we rest assured that we are guarded and guided while we rest, because we all need sleep. And may the nights help redeem our days.